I'm a ninja, like a shadow in the dark. Perfect mixture, strength, stamina, and heart. Never give up, always finish what I start. In a battle you will see me rip a challenger apart. I gotta win, I refuse to lose. That's about the only thing I refuse to do. I'll give blood, sweat, and tears to reach my goal. I'm focused now, remain in complete control. I know it's mind over matter, I ain't feeling no pain. Go hard or go home, man, this isn't a game. This is what I live for, the very reason I train. So when they speak about the greats, they can mention my name, and I could say I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja.
What's up, ninjas? Chris Wilczewski here with another episode of Ninja Lab. This week I'm coming to you from my apartment because I have a cold, if you couldn't tell from my voice, and I didn't want to go into the gym today. So here we are, and let's get started. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to, instead of just announcing the top three, we're going to talk about the placement overall, and we're going to announce some of the top ninjas from the event and just tell you how they did. So let's start off with the female side of the action. We have Maura Shorman competing. She's second place overall with 9 points. We also have Rachel Goldstein, who won at MLab, New Jersey, and came in 5th place in Pinnacle Parkour Cherry Hill. And we also had Megan Beatty, another first place finisher from New Era Fitness, coming together. But first off, we have a newcomer, Carissa. Now, Carissa's never competed in a Ninja League comp before, or any ninja comp for that matter, but she has done World Obstacle Course racing, so let's see how she does with that background. So looking at her run, she's making her way through the steps nice and easy, and going on to the upper body stuff, you can see she's clearly got a good amount of grip strength here, making her way through one-arming that and then easy dismount. Now onto the handstands, doing fairly well. Most females couldn't make it past this part of the course, so getting through here with a good time meant that you were going to be in the top ninjas, so she makes it through. Now this one was a little tougher, a lot of explosive power, clips the leg there, and then again clips the leg. So she wasn't able to make it through that tough dynamic obstacle. However, she was able to get 3rd place for the females with her fast time. So congrats, Carissa, excellent job for your first ever ninja comp. We're definitely looking forward to seeing more of you in the future. Next up, we have Maura Sherman. Now, Maura is 2nd place overall. She has 9 points in total for the league. So any finish above 5th place is going to bump her into a tie for 1st place. So let's take a look at her run and see how she ends up doing. So Maura making her way through the ring obstacle really quick. Got a lot of good upper body power, something that we've expect to see from her throughout the course of the year, and then good dismount way past the finish point. And over here, making her way through the balance, nice quick exit. Now onto the handstand walk. Now remember, most ninjas were barely making it through, so she's having a little bit of trouble here. If she can get through this, she'll be in one of the top ninjas. You can see her foot kind of saving her a little bit there, trying to make her way across, trying to regain that foot placement, but slipping lower on the wall. And that's gonna be it. Maura's not gonna make it into the top 5. She's gonna end up getting 6 overall because of time. So that means she's going to stay in the same spot, assuming Rachel and Megan don't advance. So Rachel has 6 points, like I said before, and Megan's got 5. So a win from either one of them could mean a complete restructure of the ranking system. So let's start off with Rachel and see how she does. So Rachel making her way through the steps nice and quick, and then onto the rings here. Again, we've seen a lot of good upper body power throughout. She makes everything look super light and effortless, as she does here, making through nice and quick. Now onto the balancing. She destroyed the balance parkour type course at MLab, New Jersey, so making things look really easy. Now onto the handstand thing. A lot of females had trouble here, but look at that. She gets good high body position, keeping that back straight, makes it through nice and easy. Now she's onto this sled obstacle that was really difficult, really struggling to push, but makes it through. And then here almost misses, just barely able to hang on. She's getting pretty far into this course, making her way through the cannonballs. There's only a few obstacles left. She has the wall and then some upper body stuff. Here, oh, you can see she just misses it. Almost has it, but she got pretty far in the course. She got 3 or 4 obstacles further than the 3rd place finisher. So let's see how Megan does, see if she can compete with that. So we saw Rachel's run. Rachel made it all the way to the Cannonball Alley. Megan needs to do that or better in order to get 1st place. So you can see her making her way through A little wobble on that balance obstacle, but straight into the handstand walk. She's looking really confident here. Again, look at that body position, back straight up and down. Moving on to the vaults. This is her second attempt of 3. Not even close. So remember, she gotta get past that cannonball. And through, making it through barely. Look at the excitement. Onward for Megan. Now going on to this next obstacle, trying to get that foot lock. Once she secures it, nice and quick up the rope. She's definitely catching up to where Rachel was on the course. And here she is at Cannonball Alley. So this is make or break. If Megan wins, there will be a 4-way tie for first place. So all she needs to do is finish that transition to the nunchuck and down that yellow rope. So she's got the nunchuck and matches and onto that rope, looking solid, but she still has to finish. She's slowing down a little bit here. You can see her hands starting to open. Looks like she's struggling. She went from 90 to extend it again, but making her way through. Almost there. Come on, Megan. And gets the foot lock. So she's gonna secure a first place finish with that run. Just for fun, we're gonna see how she does on the warp wall, see if she can complete the course. Remember, Rachel Goldstein is the only person, female to complete an NNL course. So first, nope, not so much. And then going on to the last attempt, more of the same. That wall was just a little bit too tough, Megan. But you had an awesome run. You were able to get first place, and now you have created a 4-way tie at the top of the NNL ranking system. You have yourself, Rachel Goldstein, Zamira Dor, and Jessie Lebrecq all tied for first place with 2 months left to go. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who comes out on top and who gets that last spot in the run order for the finals. And other than that, excellent job out there, ladies. Let's jump over to the men's side of the action and see what top competitors we had throwing it down this week. So this week we had 2 newcomers to the NNL. We had James the Beast McGrath and Drew Dreschel, Real Life Ninja. So these 2 guys are extremely well known on the show. Drew just came off one of his best seasons ever, making it all the way to the hang climb on stage 3. And James McGrath, I'm not sure how he did this year, but I'm sure it was fantastic. He's always super strong, and definitely a stellar performance from him whenever he steps onto a course. So we're looking to see what those guys did, as well as our 3rd ranked NNL male competitor, John Stevens. And we also had Joe Meisner, a 14-year-old sensation that has come in 6th place from the qualifying spots and 6th place again from the qualifying spots in the past 2 comps. So he's been pushing to make a name for himself. Let's see if he can bump himself into the competition. We're gonna start right off with his run. So a little background on Joe. Joe's been training at the Movement Lab New Jersey since it opened back in 2011. He's progressed tremendously over the years, and he's only 14 years old, but he looks much older. He's got a big, strong build. You can see him utilizing that right here on the handstand walk. He spends a lot of time training there. He also trains at his home. He has one of the backyard courses that he built by himself. Pretty impressive for such a young guy. Now, making his way through this course with a good pace. He wasn't the fastest, but making his way through. Now onto this massive jump. Almost misses it, catches it one arm. Joseph really showing off the strength right there. Now moving on to the warp wall. Fingertips on top, but not quite. That was the 2nd attempt. 3rd attempt, he has to make it to the top, otherwise he's gonna be eliminated. All the way up, catches it, and pulls himself up top. Excellent job there. So right now, he's almost in the rankings, but to secure it, he's gotta finish this last obstacle. Salmon ladder to cliffhanger to cliffhanger to nunchuck, followed by the vertical limit after a short rest. So making his way through the cliffhanger with ease. Notice how he keeps his arms straight to save strength. He doesn't want to waste any of that bicep power that he doesn't need to. And now using the biceps here to get a good solid grip on these nunchucks and all the way through. Now the only obstacle remaining is the vertical limit. If he finishes this, he can finish the course. He has to hold it for 10 seconds. He's almost there. Come on, Joseph, keep holding. You only have a few more seconds to go. And then with 1 second left, Joseph drops. But that performance was fantastic and was able to get you into 3rd place. So congrats, Joseph, for finally qualifying and showing the world what you can do. This means we have 3 top athletes left and only 2 top spots to fill. So let's start off with James McGrath and see how he does. So James, you can see here, made quick work of the first portion of the course, straight onto the handstand walk. Now James Not necessarily known for his pushing power, had a little trouble on the body prop back a few years ago. You can see his body position way off, being saved by that red thing on the wall, but able to readjust, but moving snailish through these bars here. And you can see the positioning of the body weight, trying to get his body to the left so he can just easily throw his weight down and the dismount, but not what we expect from James McGrath. Now here's what we expect: a quick rope climb and making fast work of the sled push, and then a huge jump right here onto the mat. And now his time through this course is super fast. Let's see what he can do on the warp wall. Starts right on it. I'm not quite sure why he did that there. Starts it a little further back on this second attempt and then easily gets it. Kind of confused why he would start on the wall. Now making fast work of the salmon ladder, and watch this on the upper body stuff. Gets a solid grip and then starts skipping rungs, really focusing on the speed, trying to get through this nice and quick. Same thing continues, you know, no wasted movements, moving nice and fast. Now onto the nunchucks, not even matching, just muscling his way through. Now the last thing he has to do is a vertical limit, and he was not able to hold on to the vertical limit. However, he got there much faster than Joseph, so that puts James in second place for Pinnacle Parkour Washington Township, which leaves 2 runners to fight over first place. Let's start off with Drew Dreschel and see how he does. Drew starting the course off with a 3-step technique, a little cautious for Drew Dreschel. Matching here too. This is a very thought out run. Sometimes with Drew we see a lot of speed and flair. This looks like a run that says, hey, I'm here, I'm gonna move quick, I'm gonna show you my talent, but I'm not gonna do anything flashy. And I like seeing that from an athlete like Drew. I spoke too soon, so dismounting straight from the dips right into the rope. A risky maneuver, but it pays off for Drew, saving a lot of time. And look at that low grab on that push. And then huge bounce here right up to the top. Now Drew, one of the only athletes to hit this wall on the first try. So really coasting through this course. He has the fastest time to this point. If he can make it through this, he'll be in first overall, whether or not he finishes the vertical limit or not. So making his way through nice and quick through the cliffhanger. Doesn't even look tired here, going right to those nunchucks. And again, using that one arm technique, just muscling his way through. And onto that vertical limit, he pops up and pops right off. That vertical limit must have been tough. So Drew currently is sitting first overall. The only person who can take it from him is John Stevens, who's ranked 3rd overall. Let's take a look at John's run. John, we can see making fast work through the course, caught that bar super high and pops up. Now look at this, going through Cannonball Alley, no hesitation whatsoever. Just look at that, super strong. And check this lock off strength. You can see the body's not dipping at all, clearly here to make a statement. Pushing through the course really fast. Onto the warp wall, misses it. Last attempt, misses it again. Just grabbing the tip and then falling off. So close, John Stevens. So unfortunately, you will not be moving up. That means Drew is gonna get first place for the competition. James is gonna finish in 2nd, and Joe Meisner is gonna round off 3rd. Excellent workout there, guys. Definitely looking forward to see what you all do for the rest of the season. So this week we have a very special segment called Reckless Run of the Day. I guess it should technically be week. So Reckless Run of the Week. So this week we have a Ninja Warrior veteran, Nicholas Walsh, who is generally known for his speed. He's got a fantastic parkour flow and is generally very fast for the courses. But this week I think he went a little bit too fast and made some mistakes. Let's take a look at what happened. So you can see Nick Walsh making quick work of this course and then misses here, almost kicks the camera, and then the crazy dismount falls into the desk. Now Nick, trying to make up for lost time, sprints over to the next obstacle and dives head first into it, making quick work over the net. You can see right here he gets his foot caught and crazy dismount. Really lucky he doesn't get hurt. Nick, that was a fine example of why you don't rush through a course. Silly mistakes can be made. We know you have a lot of speed. We're definitely looking forward to seeing what you can do in the future. I hope to see you out to another qualifier to show us that speed in a better light. But for that, that's the Reckless Run of the Week. For this week, we do have one other athlete to note. We had Justin. Now, Justin completed the course. He was the only person to actually complete the course. However, due to a technicality, he broke one of the rules after a video review and ended up in 4th place overall. But I just wanted to know that he was the only athlete to actually complete the course and hold on to that vertical limit for the full 10 seconds. So congrats, Justin. It's unfortunate what happened, but you definitely had a stellar run and it definitely should be recognized. So that does it for us here at the Ninja Lab. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Next week we're gonna be at New York Ninja, Justin Conway, Brooklyn Zoo. Be sure to subscribe. You're definitely not going to miss that action. Justin always has crazy obstacles that have never been seen before, so you're definitely going to want to join for that. Also, be sure to comment whether you like the new format with more athletes or if you want to see the old format back. Also, be sure to look out midweek. We're going to be doing the preview for next week, so we're going to change up the format in that sense as well. So be sure to look out for that. Other than that, I'm Chris Wachewski, and peace out, my glib globs.